Hi everyone, my name's Greeno and welcome along to day 17 of Help Will Come Tomorrow, a survival game set in 1917 in Siberia, where the four characters you see sat around the bonfire here have escaped from an attack on a train by some local rebels. So today you can see we have a new mission here to set a decoy fire to try and distract the renegades away from our camp, so we'll be trying that today. It's not going to be easy though. If we take a look at the map, as you can see, here is where the camp is. Here is where we need to get to make this decoy fire. And the renegades are pretty much everywhere, aren't they? So there is one route I've spotted that we could possibly take up around here, but it's not particularly going to be easy, I don't think. Anyway, let's get into the episode, see how we get on. So as usual, we will take care of a few little bits of housekeeping around the camp first. Everything in the camp is in pretty good condition at the moment. You can see here the shelter, the palisade, the quarantine point, the workshop and the fire, all in pretty good nick. Having built this palisade and upgraded it a bit helps protect against the worst of the weather. So that helps us not get things covered in snow in the night. Now, because of the rebels, last night we did have to put the fire out. So we're going to light that again a little bit, because I guess we might need to do a little bit of cooking, and it is a very cold day. So we will add a little bit of fuel here. Mould is actually fairly good fuel. We don't want to put all 17 of them on there, do we? Can't light a fire while the renegades are near the camp. Okay, so we're not going to be doing that then. We just have to hope everyone keeps warm enough. Fortunately, we thought ahead a little bit, and we have got some cooked food kicking around. I don't know what this rotten food is. I think we'll get rid of that. But we've got some stuffed roast that we made out of one of the animals we caught. So that will be very, very helpful. And I think we can give that out to everybody for breakfast. It's going to really deal with their hunger. There we go. Stuffed roast for everybody. And there's a little bit of thirst here, so we'll take care of that too while we're here. Go, a little bit of water for the thirsty people. Young Sergei here is a little bit tired, but he can be one of the guys to rest up in the shelter after we've done what we need to do. So, I think what we'll try and do is do this mission first. I think probably we come over here and we have to make this decoy fire. So, I think it might only take one person to do this. And who's good at making things? Sergei's pretty good. Maybe we'll get him to come up here. Now we need some fuel to make this. So we do have this lamp oil. So that seems like a fairly good idea. We've not found any other use for that as yet. So I think we'll definitely go for that. Increase his fatigue a little bit. He's used an action point, but he has made the decoy fire. So if we then send Sir Edward Grey and Dimitri out on the expedition with this, I think that could be a good way for us to go. Hopefully they'll make it through unscathed. So they will need to take this decoy with them. So let's see if we can find where that is. Is it in our tools? Yes, it is. So let's get Sir Edward Grey and Dimitri here to go on the expedition. They're pretty good buddies now. I think we probably will take the bow and arrow. That might come in handy. We haven't got any bullets for the rifle yet, so in case we get into a spot of bother, or in case we find an animal worth shooting, we'll take that with us. We'll take the decoy fire with us, and I think that's probably it. Should we take the... I don't think we want to take the torch with us. I think that's just going to draw attention to us being out and about, isn't it? So let's send that. I mean, like I say, we've got to try and come up around out of the way here. There's no other way through. Yeah, I'm not particularly happy with it, but we'll give it a go. So, let's make sure we manage to get around this with the minimum of hassle. We'll search while we're here. You never know, there might be something useful for us to pick up. Not particularly. We'll take the stones for now, I suppose. Needles come in handy. We can always drop these things again if we don't want them. Okay, so the next area we have to move to is up here into the mysterious Cromlech. Again, we might as well search while we're here. What do we got here? Some berries. They're always useful. We'll take the stones because we've already picked up a few of them. We'll take the berries. And the garlic, I guess, comes in handy. Oh, the needles we can take as well because we've already got some of them. Okay, and then we want to come up this way, I think. So we'll sneak up here into the vast moor. Again, we'll take a little search while we're here. Nothing of any real consequence. The needles, I suppose, we can take. And then to keep away from the rebels, I think we'll come up this way. Again, we'll take a search while we're here. So we lost a couple of action points moving up here. Not very much of any interest here, really. Might as well take the sharp stone, maybe the edible root while we're here. We don't seem to be filling up our slots very much. Not too much interesting stuff to find here. So let's have a look what we can do here now. So this landslide is an ideal place to light the decoy. The area is quite exposed. At the same time, it's higher than your camp. You're glad you prepared the firewood beforehand because the wood scattered around is frozen. It would not keep burning for long enough. You light the fire and quickly run away, covering up your tracks. The fire should be clearly visible from the valley, and it will certainly attract some of the renegades. Okay, some, not all, huh? Okay. So, again, we might as well take a quick search while we're here. So we've got some canvas here, some eggs, some beans, sticks. Well, we've got plenty of room to take all of this stuff, so we might as well. And is it worth us going anywhere else while we're out and about? Because, yeah, we might as well while we're here, haven't we? Let's have a search of what's up here where the woodcutter's cottage was. Okay, so there's useful things here. String, we always like string. A bandage, that sounds good, we'll have that. Some rags. Charcoal, do we really need charcoal at this point? I suppose we could. And we'll drop the sharp stone. And, oh, what happened there? Why didn't we take the vodka? Couldn't get the vodka for some reason. Okay, fair enough. Well, I think that's probably going to be it for now. We don't really want to go too crazy with so many people around. So we'll return to the camp. We've got quite a good haul of stuff there. And we've obviously managed to set the decoy fire, which was the whole point of the mission. So having a bandage probably comes in fairly handy. I would like for us, really, to be able to get down to the train at some point. Don't know if we can do that. That's deadly round there, so that's a bit of a problem. I was thinking we might send another expedition out and see if we can find some bullets somewhere, but probably not worth it, really, is it? So let's see if there's anything else we can fashion around the camp now that will come in helpful for us. There are more tools we can make, certainly. We can upgrade the shelter a little more. And the quarantine point, I suppose. We do have another animal that we could flay, I believe. In amongst here. God, we got 10 bottles of vodka. It's going to be a good party at some point, isn't there? So this hare, we've got to be a little bit careful because it's running out of its expiry date. So that is something you always have to be a little bit mindful of. Nothing else here. Some mushrooms which aren't in great shape, but we can use them in a soup or something at some point. But of course not today, because we can't cook anything. So perhaps if we come over to the workshop and we'll take a little look at what we could make that might come in helpful. So what tools do we already have? We have a knife. We have the bow and arrow, and we have the torch. Okay. So what about a hammer? So that's useful for building and breaking up stones. A shovel is good for getting roots and stuff. Well, we're not really that bothered about that, are we? Hatchet means we can get more timber. Not quite sure if we need that, really. We could make some snowshoes. Could make a sack. So that means we can, obviously, when we go out looking for things, we find more resources. Maybe that's an idea. Have we got enough material here? Yeah, we've got loads of rags, haven't we? Look. So maybe we'll get... Maria's pretty good at mending and embroidering things and whatever, so I think maybe she's a good person to come and make the sack. She's done that, and she managed not to use an action point in making that as well. So that's pretty useful. Well done, Maria. What else could we make? I think we used all of our string up doing that, but we could chop up some of these rags. There's a fabric alteration that we can make. So if we want to make some string... Oh, so it says we have to use the canvas to do that. But I think we can do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because string always comes in useful. So Maria has actually used an action point now, but she got 7 pieces of string out of that canvas, which is good. So what could we also make here now? So we don't have any sticks at all, do we? Okay. So have we got any other wood that we could break down, perhaps? So we've got branches, so we could chop up some branches and make some wood, couldn't we? Maybe we'll get Sergei to come and do that. So we've got 12 sticks now, that's good. And while he's there, maybe he can actually make the snowshoes, and then he'll be done for the day. Quite like to have them. If the weather gets worse, I guess they're a pretty useful tool to have when you're going out on expeditions, aren't they? So we've got plenty of everything now to make them. So he's managed to knock them up by the looks of it. Good lad. And that's him done for the day. So pretty happy with his work. We've got lots of different things here that we can take out with us on various different missions and expeditions now. So we've still got 3 action points left. So I think we probably ought to think about trying to make something else. Now, are we able to upgrade this shelter area any further? We can either make a better cover, which we do have just about the material to do, or a raised cot, which means 3 people could sleep. And we do have enough wood and just about enough material for that too. Okay, so there's 2 options there. In terms of the quarantine point, I think there's quite a bit we still need to do here. Small wash tub. I think we've got enough material to do that. But I don't think we need it right now. I think that's one of the things that we could probably do just as and when it actually needs to be made. Yeah, I think for now we'll leave the quarantine point as it is. Everyone's in good health and I don't want to tempt fate. If I make a better hospital, we might need it. So, I think we're going to come and do something in the shelter here. So the better cover or the raised cot. Well, fatigue doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. A raised cot means 3 people can rest. I'm not sure we need that right now. So maybe we'll do the better cover first. We can use the pelt to do that. I mean, that's going to be top quality, isn't it? That's going to be perfect. 100% super grade cover. So we get Maria to come. We get Dimitri to come. They like spending time together. They've got a knife they can use. Oh, look at this. That's looking pucker, isn't it? Nice looking shelter area there. And then Maria has 1 action point left. Of course, we can't cook anything. But she can still come down here and filter some water, I suppose. That's always a useful thing to be able to do. You can't have too much water kicking around. So that's another 6 units of water there. So how many does that give us in total if we take a look here? Oh, we've got 10 now. So that's perfect. So if we take a look at how everyone's getting on. So Maria, her health is 78, which is not bad. Morale is really high, liking that. Sergei's health is 65, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I don't know why his health is dropping. 80 here for Sir Edward Grey, and 80 for Dimitri. So everyone's in fairly good shape, I think. Okay, we're happy with that. It's just a shame it's so cold. I think that's going to affect people a little bit in the night. Especially with us not having any hot food. Didn't make any soup or anything. Not that it would stay hot without the fire being on, I suppose. But I think we've done everything we can pretty much do now. We'll get a couple of the guys up here to rest. Rest their weary legs under this nice new swanky cover, which I guess will probably keep them a little warmer than the previous one did. And I think it's going to be time to move into our nighttime activities and have a chat around the campfire. Oh, we got an event here. A terrible gale has started before dark. Snow and broken branches are flying in the air and you are running frantically around the camp, securing your belongings. A tree has fallen nearby. Not good. On shallow taiga soil, the roots of all trees grow in width and tangle badly. If one falls, it weakens all the others around. With these gusts, you are afraid that soon one of the larches may crush your camp. Oh my god. That's the last thing we need. Okay, well let's have a little look what they've got to say all about this, because there's obviously we haven't got a choice of the conversation. We're going straight into one. So let's see what Dimitri has to say. Decoys may work, but we can't be running around the woods each night under the noses of these butchers, and our hard work building the shelter will be worth nothing if we won't be able to roast meat and warm ourselves to sleep. We have to take new steps. Fair point. What do you propose? Parley? Moving the camp? You're not going to parley with these guys. They just want to shoot you. We'll kill every last one of them. That's the military man speaking. Yeah, Maria's not quite so keen on that idea, funnily enough. Or is she? Great idea. Why didn't we think about it the first day? Oh wait, we did. But there is more of them. They are better armed, well fed, warm and trained in combat. Have we missed anything? Well, he's having a little bit of a pop at him by the sounds of it. It's all true. But then we were strangers here. Now we have over 2 weeks of experience, and we're still alive. Makes a good point. It's the tiger that kills. Let it do our job for us. We just need to help it. Has he got a plan of some kind? I'm beginning to understand. I'm glad you are, Maria. Let's think what dangerous places we've discovered in the area. There's a river to the north. Maybe we could lure a thug onto the fragile ice. Oh, okay. So we got a new mission, treacherous ice here. Explore the idea of an ambush by the river. Okay. That's a start. Okay. So we're going to try and lure one of the thugs to an icy death. Okay, that's cool. So what have we got now? Last but not least, brainstorm, not a step back, kunkuji, or with a little help from gravity. That sounds kind of intriguing, doesn't it? Let's have a little look at this. The renegades are certainly not scared of cold nor hunger. Fighting them is no easy task, since the Siberian clothes protect well from blades to which we have access. But furs won't protect them from falling rocks. Okay. You're suggesting dropping some boulders on them? There must be somewhere a good place for that. Some ravine from which it's hard to escape. Okay, so there's a place like that to the north of the grove with the woodworms. Well, I suggest the stone circle to the west. Have we come across a stone circle? I'm not sure about that. If we're heading up north, maybe we'll go that way anyway. There's a place like that to the north of the grove with the woodworms. We saw a rock slope from a distance. It would be easy to cause a landslide there. So we have another task here. Sleeping boulders. Explore the idea of the stone landslide. What else can we drop on these bastards? Maybe the locomotive. Yeah, good luck lifting that up. Or perhaps a rotten tree. Oh, another task here. Dead trees prefer rotten tree trunks. The trees in the woodworm, something or other, are easy to tip over. We could set up a few traps there. Wow, so we are going to be busy over the next couple of days trying to kill all these dudes by the sounds of it. But, oh goodness me, we've got to try and get rid of these, goodness me, we've got another task. Chasms under the moss. Look at the crevasses. How do we get rid of all of those a minute so I can see what he's having to say. In the woods to the east, there are deep chasms, often obscured by moss and snow. I think it could be worth a try. So we're going to try and lure some people into another area, are we? And hope they fall down. Let's hope the gravity is on our side. Okay, so that's the end of day. Let's hope everyone has their action points, because it sounds like we're going to be busy the next couple of days. Trying to sort out all of these, like Home Alone style traps to attack the renegades with. Yeah, fortunately, everybody has got their 3 action points. So that's pretty good news. So we move into the following morning, and there's an action here. The resinous needles which you laid out in a medical point attracted the local fauna, and above all some very curious beetles. It turns out that there is a whole bunch of them under the bed. Oh dear. You spend the morning catching the filth laboriously. Now the question is, do they taste better than they look? Oh, so we've caught a load of bugs again, have we? Okay. So how are things looking here today? Everything's still in pretty good nick, apart from the fire, which is under snow. Well, we can get that sorted out easily enough. I've got some rotten meat here now. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah, going to have a lot to do in the following day, I think. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I think we got quite a lot achieved. Getting the decoy fire lit was a good thing. Not the easiest of expeditions to get there, but we managed it. And we did use our action points pretty usefully around the camp, I think. But if you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me and help me get seen by more people. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode or the series as a whole, I would love to see them below. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, come and hop on the Greeno bus. There is plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action here in Siberia. Help will come tomorrow. Bye for now.